What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and how are you guys doing today? Today you got a new episode from Marvel Future Revolution, and I felt like I should just make you guys aware about something and give you my feelings on it. So recently, when we did this new patch for the Epic Invasion Magneto, Netmarble screwed up. It screwed up in a major way. I'm not going to go into great detail about the screw up necessarily, and you can't even really call it an exploit. It was legitimately just a screw up by Netmarble. But essentially what happened here is players were able to go back into their rewards tabs for a time, and they were able to reclaim a lot of rewards from like hero level ups and things like that. And obviously this created a bit of a problem, and yeah, because basically you had a bunch of let me be honest about this. You basically had a whole bunch of players who were able to reclaim rewards that they had earned inside the game, and more than likely those rewards have been respent, things like chest and whatever you call it, from completing the game and getting to a certain level in the game. Now, if you want to go check out the true, like everything in detail, I would tell you go take a look at Kiger's channel. He had a discussion over there about it. There's an interesting perspective inside here. One is that whales are going to be pissed off because they paid for a lot of these rewards that free-to-play players and some free-to-play players, hell, even some whales, had the opportunity to get because of Netmarble's screw up. And so now the conversation is shifted around, well, what should be done about this? To be honest with you, I would love to see that they just made this available to everybody, but that's gonna happen. I think Godslave asked if everybody would be happy if they just got the opportunity to get a 3-star companion or something like that. I think it was that he asked about. And I was like, no, who the fuck is gonna be happy with a 3-star companion and some gold, some 6,000 crystals? That doesn't even amount to half the rewards that got recollected. Like, if you were to look at some of these hero level up rewards across there, you're talking about an inordinate amount of gold. You're talking about an inordinate amount of potential. I mean, the enhanced potential tickets alone would probably been worth more than the majority of the stuff that was available in 6,000 worth of crystals. Because that's the problem in this game, right? Is that the crystals that you are acquiring in this game are worth nothing. You're talking about maybe less than $50 worth of payouts by giving away a 3-star companion and a freaking bunch of 6,000 crystals. On the other hand, I would be perfectly honest about something. If the complaint is that you as a whale have paid $20,000 in order to get your character to the level that it is, might be time to start looking at something. Like, you spent $20,000 in order to get your character to where it is, and now you're upset because free-to-play players basically took advantage of a mistake by Netmarble during its maintenance, and now those players are catching up in terms of spanking that ass inside Omega War and Dimension Duels and stuff like that. Yeah, I find hard place to complain about it. So a lot of people, like, I'm negative about some of my things or whatever in my comment section, but it's just a game at the end of the day. And do you really give a fuck? Like, I mean, like, to be honest with you, is their gameplay really affecting me? If you're a PvP player, probably, because now you're dealing with competition and it seems unfair to you because you paid $20,000 to be ahead of the competition. But if you're a free-to-play player, as a non PvP kind of player, I don't really engage in that. Do I really care? No, because the gameplay is set upon my happiness with the gameplay. So now, whether that's going to be a reason we see some whales leave the game or not, I don't know, but it is dismaying that this kind of mistake happened overall. I'm hoping that what ends up happening is that they what I think should happen, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, is I think that if they were to give these rewards to all of the players, meaning that the rewards that were collected, they were able to do this and they were able to give it to all of the players, I think what this would do is incentivize some players who have characters at those end caps, because realistically in this game you can only build up one character with the rewards that they give you, and there's a lot of focus in your one character. So maybe this would incentivize some other players to invest in other characters as well. So it'd be nice to get those rewards, because then I could go in here and think about leveling up Spider-Man or Captain America. But that's just me. Ultimately, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't care. Like, it's a system that they broke, and I'm guaranteeing you Netmarble will make more breaks like this. They did one in the past where they allowed the whales to whale out, and the whales took advantage of that one, and they didn't make it right for the free-to-play players. They left that potential growth gap that was there when they said, well, yeah, you can everybody can purchase 25, but we weren't going to be able to take advantage of that. Like, think about that. Like, when that last time that happened was in the store, they had those couple of packs that were going to be able to be purchased like ad nauseum. You know, they would you could just purchase them as many times as you want to. Basically the whales took advantage of that, and they were able to get, you know, prizes galore, right? And then they put it out there, and they were like, well, we're going to make it available so that way, you know, everybody can purchase it 25 times or some shit like that, right? It was like, yeah, well, that was it was totally inconsequential, because you got the whales money, and Netmarble got the whales money, and the whales basically jumped out ahead in growth gap. And then you had the free to play and the play to play players like, look, I can't afford to do what he just did. I can't afford to pay the $10,000 to get the 25 packs. And the free to play players like, okay, that's inconsequential. You didn't do anything for me. You didn't make the situation right. You know, if making the situation right is by opening something for us to get paid, that's not making it right. So it's like kind of weird in terms of that. To be honest with you, exploits like those are going to happen in games all the time. You see that across the great majority of games. Is there somebody's going to figure out an exploit, someone's going to take advantage of the exploit, they're going to pass it along to other people, and those people are going to take advantage of it. And some people are just going to be like, you know what, I don't really want to ruin my experience by taking advantage of this exploit. That's just the case. That's just the situation. And some people are going to miss out on the exploit that really would have taken advantage of it. Ultimately, it's how you feel about it, but I don't feel any kind of way negative or positive about it. You know, if we get rewards because of it, then great. If we don't, then, you know, oh well. The truth of the matter is, what I'm more concerned about is that this happened last week through the maintenance, and here we are, you know, still with no there's been no tracking on this exploit in terms of communication from Netmarble on their official forum pages and stuff like that, to say what they intend to do, how they intend to take it, how they intend to adjust and correct for this. So that's more concerning than anything, but you know, that's me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, peace.